Okay, this is Baruch Meir ben Yonah Halevi Rubin, and this is the second episode of Zemer B'chol Yom, a new project I've been working on. The reminder of the format, we're going to start with a verse or a Maimer Chazal, mostly taken from Mesilas Yesharim, and I'm going to explain what it means to me, and then I'm going to share the song that came out of this repetition. Normally, most of these things came from repeating, seeing these Maimer Chazal or these psukim many times in the context of Mesilas Yesharim normally. And the Musar masters tell us when you find something that's meaningful to you in Torah, you should repeat it over and over again and drill it into your heart. And if you take the Torah and drill it into your heart, it's always going to produce simcha. And for me, simcha produces song. So I'll share the song with you. Now, last month was the first month. It happened to be Adar, and Hashgacha Pratis has rained down upon us, because I think that last month was the theme was Simcha, and it happened to be Adar, and it made me realize that I should just continue with that theme of connecting the song, the Maimer Chazal, the podcast to the time of the year, since Jewish time is very relevant in terms of how we should be feeling and thinking. So I'm going to do that this month. So last month was Simcha. So this month the theme of Pesach, I think, is Matzah, speed, Zrizos, and we'll see how that connects. So that's why I selected the following pasuk, Sefer Tehillim, Perek 119, pasuk 60. It's Chashti, I have hurried, Velo hismamati, and I have not delayed, Lishmor mitzvosaka, to keep your commandments, says David HaMelech. Now, I first probably encountered this meaningfully in the context of chapter 6 of Mesilas Yesharim. At the end, he quotes this pasuk. He's defining Zrizos, alacrity, speed. And just always going to try to keep things in the context of Mesilas Yesharim. And Mesilas Yesharim is based on the brisa of Rav Pinchas ben Yair, who gives us a 10-part or a 10-step ladder in spiritual growth. And the first step in the ladder is Zehirus, which we normally translate as awareness or consciousness, which he more or less defines as basically not is the Sur Meira and the Sur Meira Vasei Tov. And he, first of all, having like a true and deep theoretical awareness of what's good and right, and what's bad and wrong, what's a mitzvah, what's an avera, and then being able to implement that into your actions during your decision making, and making sure that you are able to implement the right thing, either at the moment or even if you make a mistake, to go back and be able to recognize and reflect on what was right and wrong. So the goal of Zehirus is just create a larger awareness of what's right and wrong, what's good and bad, what's the purpose of our life here on the earth, what's a mitzvah, what's an avera, and then make our decisions appropriately. And even if we make those decisions incorrectly, to be able to go back. But it's about the larger awareness piece. Sur Meira, that's the Sur Meira. Now, the next step in the ladder is Zrizos, which is basically attacking the good. Not just resting on your laurels, being aware of doing the right thing and trying to do the right thing and trying to avoid the wrong thing, but attacking the good by not procrastinating and doing what the right thing is to do, if you know it, which you often do, right away, immediatamente, as we'd say in Spanish. And the Ibn Ezra, when he translates or he gives a parish on the pasuk or on the word chashti, which is a difficult word to translate, he quotes the Maimer Chazal, Zrizin makdim lemitzvahs. People that are Zrizin, they do the mitzvahs right away. Fine. So that's our pasuk, and that's our context. We want to be not procrastinating, attacking the mitzvahs. And what does it have to do with the Zman Pesach? So the pasuk says, "Ushmartem esa matzos." We should guard the matzos. And it's a famous Rashi that brings Chazal that Rav Yoshia says, "Al tehei kore esa matzos." Don't read the pasuk "Shmartem esa matzos." Elas mitzvahs. You should guard the mitzvahs. He says, "Kederech she'ein makmitzin esa matzah." Just like the way that the matzah can't become chametz, kach also ein makmitzin esa mitzvahs. You can't make your mitzvahs in the chametz. In chametz, we normally use the metaphor for the Yetzer Hara, the Sor Shebeisa. Ela im bal yadcha, but if a mitzvah comes to your hand, Ase osa miyad. You do it immediately. Fine. So let's putting it all together. I think we all have a problem that we all have a major problem that I think all people have, and I think has been quoted in the name of the Brisker Rav, other people, that the largest distance in the universe is not from heaven to earth, between the head and the heart, and that we all kind of deep in our mind, we know what's right, what's true, what's good, and the distance from the head to the heart, meaning getting that knowledge into the heart so it gets into your emotions, so it motivates you not to procrastinate, to implement those thoughts and good ideas, is the most challenging thing to do. So the number one solution the Torah teaches us with this concept of being zrizin, makdim lemitzvahs, and making matzah as opposed to chametz, is to shrink the largest obstacle we have, which is time. The largest obstacle we have is time. We know that in our head we have the right idea, and the more we ponder it, the more likely it's not going to happen because you got all kinds of Yetzer Haras in the way. Time, in a certain sense, is the biggest Yetzer Hara. So if you have a good idea, you just do it right away, then there is no obstacle. And that's the metaphor of matzah, that we should make matzah immediately, that we had to leave Mitzrayim quickly, you have to leave the Yetzer Hara quickly, we can't let it build up. And like in general, metaphors in Torah, it's a metaphor to understand there's a physical thing to do. We live in a physical world. Hashem gave us this virtual reality to live in. Do we have to get the metaphor to understand what the mitzvah is? It's not just, it doesn't have no meaning, but then we have to, in a certain sense, forget the metaphor because we have to make sure we fulfill the halacha. So we got to get the metaphor to get the concept conceptually. And then we have to kind of forget it and not get so worried that it's a concept, and then we won't do what we're supposed to be doing because Hashem gave us specific actions and Chazal gave us guidelines how we have to act. So I think the Malbim really puts us together properly when how he explains the pasuk. Matzvahs, mitzvahs in the Malbim. Malbim says like this: Chashti. He says v'lo ikvuni hatzolos va'avas hamenucha. He says chashti means don't let it be an obstacle, my laziness and my desire for menucha, for relaxing. Ki chashti b'zrizos, I should hurry with zrizos. V'lo hismamti lismores mitzvosacha, that I should go quickly and not delay in doing your mitzvahs. Shasisi ha-mitzvah takef, b'bo liyadi, that I should do the mitzvah immediately when it comes to my hand. Kamoshi kasuv, it's like we said before, mitzvah haba liyadcha al tak mitzena. The Malbim just really hits it really clearly there. Fine. So I think that's the explanation of the pasuk, and that's the explanation of how it connects to our spiritual growth and to the Zman of Pesach. And so hopefully you'll enjoy the song as well. You'll see in the show notes I have a link to the Sefaria source sheet and to the text or the outline I've made of this with the chart and hopefully an image as well. And so you should be blessed to have a Pesach that's kosher, and that we should have Geula soon, and everyone should be blessed. And hopefully I'll see you next month. This ability to do the right thing that you know and implement it immediately in Zrizos is the essence of Zman Chayruseinu, the essence of freedom. The essence of freedom is being able to connect yourself to Hashem and fulfill your human potential by knowing what the right thing is, which is a mitzvah, command from the Creator, and fulfilling it. That's the ultimate freedom, that you are able to do the right thing and do it immediately. And that's the connection, again, to Pesach.
good.